Welcome, collectors. In today's episode of Diecast Emporium, we're going to be reviewing a massive mining model from Diecast Masters. This is the brand new for 2021 Caterpillar 794 AC mining truck. The AC stands for alternating current, which means this is an electric drive mining truck. As you can see on the side of the tin, you have a rendering of the real truck. The item number is 85670. It is a 1/50th scale Highline series model. It comes in a white outer shipping box, and the box itself, the tin, is housed in two polystyrene formers, so you have to separate those. Once you've done that, you are left with the collectible metal tin, seen here. The top of the tin has another picture of the Cat 794 at work in a mine or quarry. Finally, before we take the top off and look at it, the back has some machine dimensions and operational specifications, so if you would like to pause the video and read about those, you can see those on the left-hand side of your screen. And then over here, we are presented with one final picture of the real 794 hard at work. Okay, let's begin the unboxing. First thing you need to do, pop the top of the tin off, which is very securely placed on top of this. Once you've done that, first thing is the Diecast Masters Caterpillar catalog, and this has all of the up-to-date range of cat models in the Diecast Masters line. You have a single piece of instruction sheet here, which tells you how to put the operator in the cab door if you wish to do that. Then you are left with a couple accessories, which are the operator. The two yellow pieces are the two wheel chocks, and then a pointer. The only other thing in the box is the large mining truck seen here. So always be very careful what you grab onto. Lift straight up. And now you have your model out of the box. Okay, now that we have our truck out of the box, let's continue going over the review. So we have our operator figure, which if you want to, you can open the cab door and place him inside the cab. Then you are given, as I showed you before, a pointer, which is helpful in opening the cab door and the opening engine compartment. And then Diecast Masters gives you two of these yellow wheel chocks, which of course, if you wanted to, you can chock the front wheels while the machine is parked, or while the machine is working, you can put the wheel chocks right in here, which is the wheel chock holder. To do that, you simply drop them in like this. Put one in there, and then put the other one. Make sure that you give yourself plenty of room for both of them, and store them like so. Once you drop them in, as you can see, there's plenty of room to hold both of them, and they will not fall out if the truck is moving. Okay, let's begin the review by taking a look at the details and the decal applications, because they are both quite sharp. You have your 794 with the Modern Hex design and AC right here. Again, the Cat Modern Hex logo, 794. You have your load indicator sign right above the cab. Obviously, that would tell you how much is in your payload in the dump box back here. If you look right here, you have lifting eyes drilled into your dump box, but they are not drilled all the way through. Looking at the back of the truck, you can see even more detail with the large suspension setup. You also have rock deflectors between the rear wheels, and that is a metal component. You also have yellow warning labels on each of the suspension components. There are orange and red lights. And as I will demonstrate now, you can see that there is significant suspension travel on that large rear axle. Back over to the right side of the machine, you have your large radio grid, which is perforated and see-through. Two large plastic exhausts. The rubber mud flaps are flexible all throughout the machine. Your tires as well are made of a not so shiny rubber finish, which again gives it a very realistic look to it. Your wheels as well have a lot of detail and inside the casting, as you can see here. Once again, Cat 794 AC, the Cat Modern Hex. We've already gone over the logo of the 794 on the other side of the dump box. Turning the machine over to the front, It is a little hard to see because the access staircase is blocking it, but once again, there is a Cat Modern Hex logo right in the center of the grill, done in silver. You have some more lights in the four corners of the black grill. All of your handrails are metal and thin and look the part. You have a fold-down access stair here, a fold-down access stair right there, as well as a couple different access railings that open on this side as well as on this side at the top portion of the staircase so that the operator can gain access into his workplace, obviously, which is the cab. When your truck is working, these would be folded up and out of service. And that brings us back around to where we started. Before we begin taking a look at the truck's main functionality, it is worth taking a look at the detail underneath. As you can see, there's a lot of rubber hose detail, and a fair amount of effort has gone into modeling a lot of the mechanical components underneath the truck, including the steering rams, the engine, the transmission, the drivetrain, all throughout. Again, most of these components are modeled in plastic, but the color match is so good that it shouldn't be a bother to most collectors. Now, let's begin at taking a look at the main functionality. For the functionality aspect of the review, let us start up here. As you can see, I have the opening engine compartment raised, and if you look down inside, again, might be a little bit difficult to see on camera, but it is worthwhile to do because there are some engine component and detail inside. When you are done with that, you can close the opening engine hatch. Not only does your operator door open on the left side of the cab, but also your trainer's door opens as well. So if you had two figures, you could theoretically put one in the seat of the operator and then one in the trainer's seat on the right-hand side. Once you are done, you can close both doors, just like that. It is a tight fit, so the doors will stay shut when you close them. As you can see as well, we have the dump box open all the way up. As you can see, there are multiple stage cylinders to lift the dump box up. The cylinders are a mix of plastic and die cast. This is how it looks at their full extension, seen here. So you can get a pretty realistic discharge and dump angle. Looking at the dump box in its entirety, you can see the bottom part of it has a lot of texturing detail. And most of the mold itself is made of heavy die-cast metal. Let's close the dump box now and take a look at the last bit of functionality, and that is the steering. So obviously the wheels will roll, but you can turn the front axle either to the right or to the left, and although the degree of steering is not the best, something is always better than nothing. So, before we conclude the review, a mining truck like this, as impressive as it is, it always looks better with another piece of suitably large mining machines. So, you'd normally have an electric rope shovel or a large front shovel loading this machine or a large wheel loader. So, let's bring in a large wheel loader, in this case a 994, and show you what the two would look like working together so that you can get a better idea of size and scale. So this is a 994. And as you can see, the two make a pretty good pairing when posed next to each other. So that'll do it for this video. Thank you all so very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like and sharing it with your friends. As always, I'm Tommy with Diecast Emporium. Thank you all so very much for watching. Until next time, take care and be safe. I'll see you in the next review.